Okay, I hit my 1 hour mark, so I had to stop the video. So you press your foot a little bit, and this works perfect. And it fills up the water for number 2. And then if you want to, empty it, you just press it down, and it real quick in and out, and it puts just enough water in there to make sure that the gases don't come up through the toilet. Just, it is what it is. A little bit of cleaner over here. We already talked about this for the faucet, so on, off. This has really good flow too, so you can use a lot of water if your kids are just holding this up. So teach the kids to not use a ton. Toilet paper roll is right there. That didn't exist. Looks like the prior owner had something over here, but I have no idea. But that's where we ended up putting it. The studs are pretty much right on these seams. You can kind of feel it. So that's where I mount things. So we put that in, and it's been really helpful. So that's everything in here. So nothing else for functionality. Let's go into the bedroom. Okay, so here is the TV in the bedroom. Oh, this will be nice to do later. Okay, TV in here, and it's got a little DVD player right here. I don't really know how it's supposed to be set up, or how they had it set up, but that's where I put it. You'll notice really small. There's a small little line that goes across on this TV, but I never cared, so I just left it alone. Serves the purpose. A little bit of light in here. I'll turn that off. Tons of lights in this room, which is what I love about it. Tons of light, tons of light. So let's talk about furnace and AC. If you're low on power, these like 10.7 volts, which we're not at yet, but if we did hit 10.7 volts, the blowers don't have enough power to push the air, and it won't turn the furnace on. So it's important that you keep an eye on your voltages, and that you're smart about, if you're boondocking, how you're using this. So let's turn it to heat. So here's another cool hack that I learned while using the RV. Since this is a separate thermostat and they're not linked from this one, when I'm sleeping, if no one's out here, I'll turn this down to like 60. So if you leave it on off, it's not going to do anything. Okay, so skip that. Turn it to heat, and you can start setting the temperature here. To set it, you just click the button and let it sit. It'll stop blinking, and that's where it's going to lock in. So this room is set to 60 because we're not going to be using this a little later, and that allows you to conserve your propane and your electricity as you're running overnight. If you're boondocking, if you're not boondocking, who really cares? If you got plenty of propane and you don't mind filling it up, periodically, it doesn't really matter. But I can get quite a bit of time out of the propane. So I'll turn this up in just a minute. Let's do the back, and I want to show you how it works. Okay, so back here, turn it up to heat. So 68 is what it's set to now. You're gonna hear this click on right here. You can hear that. That is the furnace kicking on. And that furnace, again, specifically, you can hear the clicking. And then it has the flame, which goes, wah, and that turns on the furnace, and then that furnace is going to heat only this room through these vents. Ooh, it's already starting. Awesome. It's going to heat the bathroom only, so all the important places when you're sleeping. There's 2 vents in the bedroom, by the way. One there, and then one right over here, which I have covered up. Okay, right there. I don't know if you can see that or not. Right there. Okay. Okay, so let's see if it's warming up. Oh yeah, it's nice and hot already, so that's great. And it'll heat up the second bedroom too, so that's where the vent is right there. So that's the second bedroom. It's heating up. Let's see where the voltage is sitting at right now. Yeah, we're at 10.9 volts, so the furnaces will run right now until it reaches 10.6, I believe. Again, I got a lot of stuff running. I've had it running for quite some time now. Normally, you can run the RV and everything in here for quite some time. And if you're running low, just use a little bit of gas. Start it up. And you're going to see your voltage start to climb here in a second. There we go. So it's starting to switch over. bypass mode and bypassed. Now the voltage is going to start increasing now. So I got the furnace in the back working, again, works great. I'm gonna do that up here now. So I have this set to 60, let's put it up. Let's have it set to 68. Sure, let's cook this baby up. When that clicks on, it turns on this furnace right here, and these are the blowers. It's this blower and the blower right there. So both of those are gonna turn on and start heating the living room here. And I don't think that one connects at all into the basement. I think the basement furnace, maybe it does. I don't know. I haven't really looked carefully. But I know that this second furnace heats the basement as part of the Arctic package. So you can turn that baby on if it's getting into the 30s, just to make sure that you don't have any water issues or concerns for freezing. Pretty important as well. Okay, so yeah, that's working great. Heat's on. If you want to heat it up even faster, turn on the RV, turn it to heat, turn it all the way up, leave it on vent. That's for heating, or you can use any of the other ones over here too. These two are just for the AC. Max AC recirculates the air inside the RV as needed. So, okay, so I'm gonna turn that off because I don't need the supplementary heat. Now another piece you can do too, there are electric heaters that I purchased that I have in here that actually, if for some reason you're out of propane, again, another pro tip, it happens. People sometimes run it all night. You know, they put it up to 80 by accident and leave it. So I do have some really small portable, I bought these from actually Walmart, believe it or not, as seen on TV. And they have, I think it's a ceramic heater, handy heater. It's 1200 watts. I was able to run both of these on their medium setting at the same time, one in front here and one in back, just because I had plugins. So the RV park was paying for my electricity, so I said, why not? So I was using these guys as portable heat. I just put it right here. And I plugged in, let's turn some lights on. And another nice hack, if you want to save some save some propane, these guys are fantastic, and you just turn it on. 1 is full, 2 is medium. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. That's low. You can turn these stupid lights off. There we go. And then that'll heat up really nice too. So you can see the coil will start to heat up, and then if for some reason it tips over, it turns off automatically. But anyways, those are like 30 bucks, super worth it. And that one little guy will heat up this entire space. It's supposed to do 400 square feet. So very happy with that, just in case you don't want to use your propane because you get free electricity. Why not? Or if you ran out of propane, it's a nice little hack. So here we go. So heat, really nice, working great. Again, this furnace is heating up the back rooms here. You can see the temperature's already increasing. These heat up pretty fast. Okay, so that's the heat. And what's kind of cool too is you have fan options. So the fans turn on the air conditioner fan, so you could technically circulate the heat through the RV if you wanted even more circulation than what these are already providing. You could turn that on and it'll use all the ductwork in the ceiling. It'll suck the air into the AC unit just as a fan and then blow it through all of these vents. And all the vents through the whole RV are connected. So if you turn this fan on, which I just did, you can hear it. Open this up. Okay, closing it. When you close it, it uses the ductwork like this. You can feel it coming through. If you open it for like quick cooling, sometimes you only want to cool just this area really fast. Open it up, and it'll blow as fast as it can come out right into the main living room here. So that's helpful depending on where you want to cool or if you want quick cooling. So right now I have that fan running, and it'll be blowing in here as well. You can feel that. Again, nice way to circulate the heat and air. So just tons of air movement, which another reason why I think this RV is pretty cool. Maybe all RVs have that, I don't know. So you can turn it on in here, on.
Everybody's always giving Roman a raw deal.
Same thing here. And these are Dometic air conditioners. They're 13.5 BTU. There we go. All right, I'm coming back. I don't know if you can see the air. There you go. A little bit. So it has some pretty good flow. Let me see if I can grab something that'll show you the airflow on this. Sure, I have something small. Let's see here. Yeah, maybe this will work. Not really. You kind of see it. Yeah, so it blows really nice and strong. So plenty of air movement. And you can feel it in these vents too. And there's no smell coming out of the vents. I know with roof damage, people are sometimes worried about the smells. There's no musty smell or kind of nasty smells coming out of the RV. I'm pretty allergic to a lot of things, and having bad air would be pretty problematic for me and make my allergies go crazy. So smells great. I would be able to tell right away if it didn't. I'm sure that if it had a big, rain, you're going to smell some of that rain smell, because the RV again is leaking a little bit up in the front up here. So just keep that in mind. But all of these vents work great. Air conditioners work great. To turn the AC on, all you gotta do is switch it to cool down here. So cool. And you're gonna notice the furnaces are gonna run for about, I think, 60 seconds after you turn them off, just because they have to cool themselves down. You don't want, hot furnaces just stopping cold turkey. So that's all part of the design. And those are Dometic furnaces. I think they're 30,000 or 35,000 BTU. I think 35,000 BTU each. So they cook quick. So works really nice. Again, I love how warm this RV can get. So we have cool, same function here. You can set it like on, off, and you should be able to hear the condenser turn on. Maybe not. But I know that it blows very cool air and no issues there. Again, those are new in 2020. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn the heat on because I don't want it to be cold. Okay, so 68 because I'm gonna watch a movie in a little bit here. Okay, so again, love the fact that you have two thermostats and they control different parts of the RV. I think that's a very cool feature. I know that even the $300,000 Thor that I just looked at only had one furnace. So you can't control different spaces. So you're heating the whole thing the whole time. Whereas with this RV, you're only heating the bedrooms when you're sleeping, and you can set the other thermostat to a lower temp, which is not in use. So again, it's a little more efficient in my opinion when you have it that way. So you can see it's already getting warmer in here, up to 68. I'm gonna turn the fan off because I don't care. Turn the fan off, don't care. It's already up to 67 in here. It was 65 just 4 or 5 minutes ago. In the back, it should be getting warm already too. So that's basically everything that I can think of from a functionality standpoint. We covered the furnaces, both work great. We covered the air conditioners, but again, both work great. I showed you all of the TVs, which are all working great too. There we go. DVD players, there's a DVD player in the kids room and a DVD player in the master. Those come with the RV. The only other piece I can think of that I haven't really shown is the battery control center, but I covered that in a different video. I know that there is a safety function so you don't drain your batteries. Like if you left all this stuff on, you don't want your house killing your engine battery so you can't move or start the vehicle up if you need to charge, because they do work together when you charge. The battery control center is the smart device that does that. The battery control center has a little switch, a relay, that turns the connection, the shared connection, off if a voltage, I think, is below like 12.6 or 11.6. I forget what it is exactly, but the company that made it, RV Custom Products, out of Chicago or California, I think they have 2 offices. they made it so that it was smart, so it'll sense that voltage drop on one side or the other and disconnect them. But when it's high, let's say the alternator's charging or the generator's charging, because that does charge your batteries. Let's just see where it's at. Yeah, we're at 12.7 volts. So that's going to click on underneath me now. And now I'm charging both my house batteries, which is here, the RV batteries, and then also the engine batteries. So both are being charged right now with the generator because it's above 12.6, or maybe it's 11.6. I forget where it's at. But I know that you can hear the click. It goes click, and it clicks on and clicks off depending on the voltage. So that's really helpful when you're plugged into shore, because shore power at like an RV resort or at your home is going to turn on the converter, which is in the back of the RV, and that's going to run up to the batteries and charge the batteries, because you don't need the generator to charge, you just need the converter to charge if you're plugged into shore power. And then the inverter also provides 120 or regular home electricity for your regular stuff when you don't have the generator running. Now the generator does provide 12 volt and 120 volts. So English provides home plug-ins, so you can plug your stuff in, but also provides 12 volt for like your direct current, DC here. AC current is 120, and then DC current is 12 volts. So the generator will supply both of those. So batteries are charging. Your ACs will work only when the generator is running, or if you're plugged into shore power. Since you have two ACs, you can't run them both on 20 amps. You need at least 30 amps, and preferably 50 when you're using this RV, because it's a big rig. It's got a lot of stuff in it. The LED lights were all upgraded here in 2020. So that really helped the energy consumption overall. But as you can tell, there's a lot of cool features to know on this RV. The only thing I haven't shown really is the outside stuff, which I guess I could walk outside real quick. It's not that cold. It's Phoenix. So let's see here. Grab a little light. I'll show you where the generator is. I don't think I can do very much without it, but I'll show you where the generator and the converter are. Emma, come outside. Let's go. Come on. Come on, honey. Okay, and these stairs, by the way, will go up and down. You'll hear them click. They will only stay down if you don't have the engine on. If the engine's on, they'll go up automatically and go down depending on this little door sensor. You see this little sensor right here? That senses right there. So that's what triggers these stairs to go up and down. Come on, Irma. Come on, honey. Let's go teach some more. Come on. Okay. Okay. And you'll see that you got two different locks. We have that. I had this put in because I wanted better security. Yeah. Okay. Here's the camera. And other things in the RV, we talked about cosmetics in the last video. You'll see like small, like clear coat missing, like on here. So again, it's not a perfect RV, and it shouldn't be expected to be perfect. You can see a clear coat missing there. You see a little bit of an issue here with like this spray on chrome or peel, whatever they do for the headlights. There's a little bit of damage from here, and this was that way when I bought it. Same thing on the bumper. This is like a cheap plastic like cover piece. It's not real, it's just plastic. But that plastic has spray on chrome, and it just it has like some sun fading on it. So again, just wear and tear from 14 years of being outside. This light is fine. There's no peeling of the little chrome cover or whatnot. You'll notice the same thing on the mirrors here. They could probably be cleaned up, but I haven't really attempted that. I'm sure someone else could either spray them or clean them up. It's just on this. I don't know. It's just different plastic than this part. I don't know. It's kind of goofy. But other than that, the vinyl's in pretty good shape. Wish I could show you this during the day, but I'm just trying to get these videos done. I don't do anything with the propane tank, but the propane tank's right here. I don't turn it off or turn it on. I just leave it alone. And I go to a fuel station or gas station or another place and have them fill it up for me. So let's go back here. I'm going to show you the converter. Okay, so this here is the converter. You can see it's IntelliPower. I replaced this recently, actually this year. I wanted one that would charge the batteries faster. So you got, this is an 80 amp unit, bought off Amazon. It's made by Progressive Dynamics, and I bought this. The other converter I still have, and it still works fine. It's inside one of the containers in the RV, but I bought this one because it has several modes. You can see here it's got like a boost mode, a normal mode, and a storage mode. So it'll basically change the charging voltages, so you have smart battery charging versus like a one voltage charge, which is what the original has. So the original is a 65 amp charge. This one's an 80 amp. All that means in English is this one will charge your batteries faster. That's all done and good to go. So this is shore power. You'll see like little things like this, because when I was learning about it, I labeled everything because they don't make this stuff easy for any of us. This is where the converter and charger plugs in right here. So right now it's charging the batteries. You can see it's in boost mode right now, and you can click this and it'll change that, but I'm not gonna click it. Yeah, I think get a hold and click it. Press and hold, yeah. So this is where the generator power is plugged in. So this is the 50 amp wire. It's I think it's a 50-foot wire that comes in. It's thick. But you can see how thick this is. Holy cow, right? Let's see. It's my hand. There. That's how thick that wire is. It is thick wire, and that's good because that has heat dissipation when you have 50 amps going through it, like both ACs and the inverter and the converter and everything's running, the microwave. You're gonna have a lot of power coming through this, so you want to have some thick cable. So that's for AC shore power. So when people say shore, it just means you're plugging in at your RV resort or at your home. I have a couple adapters here, one going from 50 amp to 30 amp, and then a 30 amp to a 20 amp. So if I'm at home, I don't have 50 amps or 30 amps, I just plug the 20 amp in. I don't run my two ACs, but you can run the two fans, you can run everything else normally during the summer. So it's best to have at least 30 amps for the air conditioners, or 50, or run your generator. So that's it. You're gonna notice a small little burn mark in here because I found this wasn't working on our first trip in 2019, and I didn't know why, and that was the first thing that happened when I got to our resort, is we didn't have any power. So I ended up taking it apart, and one of the wires wiggled loose inside, so I just connected it all back together, and it's been fine since. So don't be alarmed by that, it's fine. Just that's what happens when all the wires aren't connected inside of that plug. If you're really worried about it, you can replace just this if you want to. Just got 2 screws, and it's got 4 little wires in there. Just take pictures and a video, but I wouldn't be worried about it. Everything's fine. Okay, and then I have, you know, like surge protectors like this that I bought to protect the RV's power. Absolutely critical.